When you get to this stage, you're going to get a TXT record to copy. So you're going to click copy. And here's where things get a little confusing. You either need to go to your domain registrar, Namecheap, GoDaddy, and enter and change your DNS records to reflect the TXT record, or you need to go to your hosting. The way you know is if your hosting is with your domain registrar, so GoDaddy and Namecheap, for example, have their own hosting packages. So if your website is hosted in the same place as you bought the domain name, then you go to the registrar itself. In this case, the process is different for each domain registrar. Here I use NameSilo. If you use Namecheap or GoDaddy, you can go and Google how to update TXT record and then put in the registrar, and it'll tell you fairly easily. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a TXT record. Let's remove this. Pretend I didn't do it already. Now I'm going to add this TXT record. I'm just going to do @ here's the text I pasted, and submit. And this is going to add the TXT record to my domain. However, my hosting is not with NameSilo, my registrar, which means that this isn't going to do anything. That's why they're giving me this warning. You are currently not using our default name servers for this domain. So this is just to show you that if you are supposed to make the change on your registrar, this is how you do it. However, I have to do it through my hosting. So what that looks like is I'm in my hosting, and I'm going to go to, at least for WPX, again, you're going to have to Google, how to change DNS with your hosting service or talk to support. But here I chose the domain, aproudhome.com. I'm going to add a new record, and the type is TXT. I'm going to do just @, which is standard, and then the value is /target is a text. And then, so you just paste that in. TTL, you can just leave blank as default. Save record. So either way, it shouldn't be too difficult. It's a little confusing at first, but through some Googling, it's not too bad. You're only going to do it either one of two ways, through the registrar or through your hosting. Now, DNS takes several hours to propagate. And what that means is it takes several hours at least for these changes to reflect around the world, sometimes being as much as 2 days. You can check dnschecker.org. And here I put the URL. I would put the type of record. By default, it's A. You're going to select TXT, and you can hit search. And it's probably going to take some time before it's updated everywhere. This verification right here shows that it is being shown in Mountain View, but this update is not reflected in Holtsville, New York, wherever that is. So maybe we need to wait a little more. And with another update, yeah, it's changing. So last time we saw that Mountain View did see the update and Holtsville didn't, and now it's reversed. It just needs some time to reflect. But when it is reflected, you can go back to Google Search Console and hit verify. They'll check verification. Voila, it is done. So we'll go to property. Now, it's going to take a few days for you to actually see this data. At first, it'll say like, hey, we need some time. But within several days, depending on where your website is at, you'll start to see web clicks, you'll see coverage, and you'll see some other data. I'm not going to teach you how to use Google Search Console. That is in my other video, but this is how you install it. I hope this helps you figure out how to install Google Search Console on your WordPress website. Again, it's not that difficult, but if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, drop them off in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.